Well, welcome. Welcome and thank you for being at the Indigenous Ways virtual events. And we are at the Wisdom Circle. Thank you for your time and being here. Before we kick off, I just want to acknowledge the traditional caretakers and ancestors of these lands that we're on, which is the Pueblos here in Santa Fe, New Mexico. And also want to acknowledge the traditional land carers and owners from the lands that you are on. My name is Elena, and I am the co-founder and co-executive director of Indigenous Ways. And over here is Tosh. So welcome. Indigenous Ways is about bridging cultural exchange with people globally. Indigenous Ways promotes living in balance for diverse communities through music, arts, outreach, and events. Our vision is to reach Indigenous and LGBTQIA communities through outreach with music, arts, Indigenous wisdom that creates and enhances survival and sustainability. In making this possible, Indigenous Ways organizes events, and what we do, events and festivals in remote areas. And because of what has happened at this time, we have come online, being able to support our artists, our interpreters, and the communities for how important and powerful the messages and the medicines that these wonderful guest artists bring to you. And now that would not be possible without our sponsors, the First Peoples Fund, the National Endowment of the Arts, New Mexico Arts, and the City of Santa Fe Commission. So we want to just extend this beautiful thank you for your time, your energy, and beaming in with us at this moment. And I will hand it to Tosh.
Yate shikwasene ano twenty kai. Thank you, world family. We are so grateful to be here tonight. She Tosh Terry in a she, Torich ain't in a shlom belagana bashish chain, she et hachit in a le. She ate ayas and loads of jeans, old little saden, not ani neshit this chin, a good awastanishle. My name is Tosh, and I come from the Navajo Nation. My mother's side is Bitterwater. My people come from Black Mesa and Big Mountain on the Navajo Nation, the four corners of the sacred mountains. My father was European ancestry, French and Irish. My people on my white man's side is French and Irish. I live in Santa Fe, New Mexico. This is how I am a woman. Thank you. I'd like to go ahead and start this evening by saying thank you all for your time. It is so meaningful that we're getting together tonight to honor Indigenous ways, the variety of ways of world cultures, and this forum that we're able to utilize, this platform called Internet. I relate it back to the Indian way of saying, we are all one. And with this platform, we can connect with everybody all over the world. And for that, I am very grateful. And on top of it, this is being recorded, so it'll be saved, so we can share this with our families, our friends, and they can share it too. Because the message that we're going to share tonight is very, very sacred. I cannot tell you how sacred it is tonight. It's intense. It's beautiful. This is a time of hunger. This is a time of suffering. This is a time of great unknowns. And this is a time where nobody can run away from. Something happens, people say, well, I'm going to go run away and go to New Zealand. I'm going to go run away and move to Australia. We can't do that with this. We are all in this together. So Indigenous Ways has decided to utilize the internet to connect us all. So tonight I would like to give a very special dedication to the Indigenous Two-Spirit youth, also known as LGBTQIA. And we have a very high per capita statistic of suicide for this group of people that is our people. And tonight, we'd like to dedicate our show to our beautiful elder, Carol Harvey's granddaughter and her family. They're based on the Ho-Chunk Nation in Wisconsin, and they are Navajo, Hidatsa, and Mandan, and Kalin, C-A-L-L-A-N, Machatka, M for Mary, A-C-H-O-T-K-A, Bird Bear, was a two-spirit granddaughter that took her life in October. So we want to give a shout out to her people, her family, her loved ones, especially her grandmother, Carol Harvey, who is tuned in tonight in Denver, Colorado. Carol Harvey, we love you, and we want to honor this evening for your granddaughter, Kaylin, who is now watching over us in the spirit world. Today is her 16th birthday. So we love you, and tonight we want to give honor to all of us with no walls of separation, no walls of discrimination, no walls to make anybody better than anybody. All of our blood is red, and all of us get to share the same breath of life. And all of us are blessed with the gift of choices from our Creator. The rest is on us. So I want to do that and thank you, Carol, for everything you are, everything you've done for our Indigenous people, all your law advocacy for the Navajo Nation and many other people. And we'd also like to honor the Passover today. A lot of people are honoring this time. And I want to just welcome our beautiful, beautiful elder, our brother, our uncle, our grandfather, our friend, our spiritual advisor, our leader, our man of prayers, our man of humility, who walks in his world, and he hails from the Northern Cheyenne Nation, and his name is James Wooden Legs. He's Northern Cheyenne, and I'd like to welcome in James Wooden Legs and just let you know that James Wooden Legs is my very, very favorite person on planet Earth. I've asked him for prayers in ceremony years and years and years ago. You know what? Everything I asked for has come to light. James Wooden Legs, I love you. You told me I could do it. You told me I could do this road, this red road. You told me I could learn to interpret. You told me I could live clean and sober. You told me some beautiful words, and here I am today, James. You've done it for a lot of people on this earth. Thank you. We are graced tonight with James Wooden Legs, his words, his stories, and I can't tell you how blessed we are. We're going to go ahead and start this with a prayer, and I'm going to pass it over to Elena. Thank you.
Thank you, Tosh. And we're going to come back for that introduction, and thank you everyone for tuning in. We're going to go and do an opening prayer because we're in ceremony at this moment. And as Tosh said, it's a very powerful time, being the pink supermoon that we have at this time, grandmother moon, also Passover, as Tosh was talking about. And also we want to extend a knowledge at this time, because there's a lot of people who have contacted us. There's a lot of people that you know firsthand, or even yourselves, that may have had friends and family that may have passed over at this time from this virus. So we want to extend this space that we are doing together. But I'm going to go to our sister who is in Boston, Massachusetts. And Jerry, I've just unmuted you, and I'm going to turn your camera on as well, if you want to, just to give the opening prayer. Thank you.
Yate, my name is Geraldine Barney. I'm from Tosh, New Mexico, but live in Boston, Massachusetts. And I was just hearing what Tosh has said, that we are all going through this, and there is no place to run to or to, flight or freeze. So anyway, I'm going to sing this song. It's called Where I Walk is Beautiful, and it recognizes the 4 directions: east, south, west, and north. And we're all going to walk in a good way and in a beauty way, and continue on that realm of path through all of this. Yes, it's scary. Yes, it is unknown. But we remember we have our choices in our mind, our hearts, and our spirit to make those choices, just as we would walk in the different directions of whatever we do. Yo yo we na yo ne yo yo we na ya hey ne ya yo yo we na ya ni hey ya hey ya shikeya hojo gonna sha shikeya hojo gonna sha hey ne ya shikeya hojo gonna sha hey Neya yo yo we na yo ne yo we na ya hey neya yo yo we na ya ni ya hey neya Ihi achiko shikeya hojo konasha shikeya hojo konasha hey neya shate achiko shikeya hojo konasha shikeya hojo konasha hey neya ha achiko shikeya hojo konasha shikeya hojo konasha hey neya naho koshiko shikeya hojo konasha shikeya hojo konasha hey neya yo yo we na yo ne yo we na ya hey neya yo yo we na ya ni hey neya Shikia hojo konasha, shikia hojo konasha, hey neya. Shikia hojo konasha, hey neya.
Thank you, Jerry Barney. Thank you. Jerry Barney used to be my singing partner in the early 90s. So it's great to have Jerry Barney in here from Boston. She teaches at Harvard University. She's an amazing, amazing artist. We've got some amazing history, res days, IAIA days, right, Jerry? So thank you. Beauty way, all the way. So right now we're going to go ahead and introduce James Woodenlegs. I've already said everything about James Woodenlegs, and I want to say so much more, but The more we take talking about James Woodenlegs, the more he can't talk. So why don't we pass it on over to James Woodenlegs? So I'm going to go ahead and take my camera and put me on mute, and I'm just going to sit back and enjoy this beautiful message tonight. Thank you very much, everybody. We love you. We love you. We love you. Thank you, Missy, Leonard, all you guys out there. Love you. Thank you. Go ahead.
Well, I guess it's my turn to start, right? I would like to start with this. So I am from the Morning Star tribe. My name is James Woodenlegs. I am deaf. And I am from the Lame Deer, Montana tribe, which is in North Cheyenne. This is our symbol behind me. I live here now in New Mexico. This is where I've settled. And I would like to thank IndigenousWays and indigenous wisdom as well, this tribe and this circle. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Geraldine. Thank you for your stories, your song, your prayers. And I recently did a prayer, which you all witnessed, to cleanse myself. So I offered to the 4 directions: east, which is where I reside; south, which is where my children are; west, which is adult families; and also to the north for the elders. I also offer thanksgiving to Mother Earth and to the sky. So again, in all 4 directions, as well as Mother Earth, the sky, and then for myself. I was born deaf because of spinal meningitis. My first language is Indian Sign Language. My cousin, who also is deaf, that went to the deaf school, taught me American Sign Language. At the time, I didn't know much ASL. It was just hand talk. But my cousin actually attended an institute for the deaf. And because of my cousin, this is how I started to learn ASL, but I really missed Indian Sign Language. I'm really thankful, though, to my cousin and also to other deaf people that I encountered, because I was able to share with them Indian Sign Language and stories that they never would have otherwise encountered that I have been the keeper of. So I thank my tribal president, whose name is Pinya Ryalena, Kenya, and also the Vice President, Winfield Russell. And there are others as well to thank in these acknowledgements. I'd like to thank I'd like to thank them all, and especially today with what's going on in the world, coronavirus and its spread. I'd like to thank our first responders, doctors, nurses, police officers. Thank you so much for your duty. First of all, this is a good time to pray because of the outbreak of this virus. I'd like to show you the first of my photos on the PowerPoint. So I am praying to Bear Butte, the Bear Butte spirit. It's a very spiritual place. And I've been there many times for fasting and prayer. It's in South Dakota. My family has been to Bear Butte many times. I mean, it's a place for prayer, for crying out, for singing. And recently, you saw me utilize these feathers. What I was doing was cleansing the environment. And there's an angel here on this shoulder, you know, and there's a devil on the other, right? So we all face bad spirits and good spirits. Which do you prefer? Many people give preference to angels or good spirits. So my oral story, though, does not favor either. And I know that people would probably be confused when I say that. But for my oral story, there's pride and there's jealousy that are on either shoulder. And so the story goes, you dismiss them both. And instead, you ask the Creator to give you His Spirit. So it's a divine spirit that we'd like. And the Great Spirit, again, imparts to us their spirit and love and joy and peace and patience and perseverance and faith and compassion and self-control. And I know that some of you may be confused because of what we've been taught. And it's like, oh, but I like this or I like that. And we're being pulled in so many different directions. However, as an elder, I encourage you, get rid of both and ask the Great Spirit to give you their spirit to follow so that you can have true peace and joy. When I understood this, I was amazed, and my goal has been to help and to share this with others. I've been to so many different organizations. Clayton Small is the name of one. The Native Pride is the name of another. But I've, again, been to many organizations to help our youth, those who are addicted to drugs and alcohol. I've been there to help them and to teach them to really embrace the Great Spirit. We need our children to follow the way of our elders. We need to tell them the stories. We need them to understand the truth, and we need to speak that truth from our hearts. water bird, this is the water bird. Water goes inside of there, and then you sprinkle it on your body and in the 4 directions. How many of you have seen the movie Wizard of Oz? And have you seen what happened with the water when it destroyed the witch? Right? So once the water was sprinkled on the witch, the spirit had to flee. I remember as I was growing up, keeping that with me and thinking about the purity of water and how powerful it is. I've carried this with me for many years. And again, water has purity and is a spiritual force. So in the prayer that I just prayed, it was to pray for things to get better. Can you show Elena the second photo, please? Perfect. Okay, I'm ready. This is a good time now to pray and to pray to our Great Spirit. We've had what? The hustle and bustle of technology, airplanes and traffic everywhere that have really gotten in the way of us being able to get through and to connect to our spirit. Now, in this time of quietness, where there isn't traffic in the airways and on the highways and byways, it's a good time to pray. I don't know if you've been to New York and seen just how the hustle and bustle of every day is, but all of that hustle and bustle has dissipated, and it's a good time again to pray to our Great Spirit. Another thing, many generations ago, travelers would go by boat. Settlers would travel by boat and land on native land. So referring to the settlers from Europe that came to America, they wanted to know what the name of America was because at the time it did not have a name. And so in Alaska, and also from Alaska to Maine, from Florida to the northern coast, and also in Baja. Also down in Mexico. I'm going to set the scene and show you what this map of this country and Mexico actually represents. Mhm. Okay. I grew up in Turtle, and I didn't understand what this meant until I was told the oral story. And at that time, I was taught to reverence the turtle. This is the world. Earth, it's America. And you can see the shape. The rivers have been formed by, of course, snow and rain and the carving out of land. And so now we have rivers and systems that's represented by the shell of the turtle. Those channels are our waterways. The turtle is alive. And as the earth was formed and the turtle that was alive inside of it moved, it created the mountains that's symbolized by the humps on the back of the turtle. So the earth moved and it formed. There is a bridge. So as the story goes, the turtle got sick. People were on the turtle. They were on the earth. And the turtle got sick, and there was a cleansing of the earth. The turtle got sick. There was another cleansing of the earth. And the Great Spirit was in control of everything that was happening. And the people shouldn't get angry, or should not have gotten angry, but to have peace and faith in the Great Spirit. So the way that the story was told to me is that we are visitors here. We don't own anything. We're here to help and really to prepare to eventually go home. We need to take care of the earth and the turtle. It's like Mother Turtle or Mother Earth. We shouldn't be violent or angry. And I was taught this by another elder, and now I teach others. I bring this with me, this turtle shell, so that I can look at it and study it and remember that this is sacred. There's 49 states, but remember, there is one more, right? That you have to travel by plane or by boat to visit. There's an island, that's the 50th state. And I understand that our spirit is also there. I'd like to tell you a story. In Northern Cheyenne, there were two boys. And as boys are, they were being silly and playing. And there was an old tree that the boys decided to climb. And as they're wrestling in the tree falls over. The boys fall off. And these were two brothers. So they were fighting and playing and wrestling. And one of them ended up running off because he ran off to get help because he couldn't find the other brother. And something changed. The boy became an animal. And the brother looked, and the people also that had come to help looked. There was a stream of water in front of a hill, and on that hill was a turtle. And this was a sweat lodge. So that was the entry to the sweat lodge, is what they could see, where you enter to go in and pray. So they entered, they prayed for cleansing. And again, many people visited this sweat lodge around the community. So they would all go together to this sweat lodge. Okay. And that was the end of that oral story. So I've traveled quite a bit. I mean, to various communities of the deaf. You're not allowed to film, you're not allowed to have electronic devices when going to these sacred communities. But I have a friend, Tosh and Elena, that asked me for this purpose if we could record it. And so I decided to bend the rules and allow these stories to be recorded, because COVID-19 has caused disaster and turmoil, and we need to get back to a place of peace and self-discipline. So I'd like to thank you, Tosh and Elena and IndigenousWays for allowing me to share tonight. I have so many stories that I can share, but the most important thing that I'd like to impart today is to pray in connection to the Great Spirit. It's not about angels and devils, but really finding your connection, a straight connection to the Great Spirit. Will you put up the last picture, Elena? Okay, I'm ready to continue. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for allowing me to share this evening. Thank you, interpreters. Thank you, everyone, for your attention. Ha-ho and blessings. And remember to be strong. Don't be timid. Be strong as you approach the Great Spirit. Approach confidently.
All right, thank you very much, James Wooden Lakes. What a total awesome pleasure and blessing we have. And
And I'll take over.
Thank you, thank you, interpreters, Chandra and Sally, and thank you very much for making all of this possible tonight. Tonight we've had some top-notch interpreters be able to carry the message both receptively and expressively, meaning voice and hearing, for everybody to make communication access possible. Thank you, Chandra and Sally. Love you, love you, love you. And thank you, everybody, for joining in tonight on this beautiful evening of events. And you can also play back these videos and you can access the videos. And thank you, James Woodenlegs, for allowing us to film your words tonight, because I know usually you make us take off all our gadgets and put our cell phones down and take our glasses off and earrings and jewelry and just be with spirit and not block the airwaves to great spirit. So thank you for allowing us to archive this only for the purpose of other people that may want to access your message, that they can get it. So it's an important time to have this. And before I tell everybody to go ahead and join us, I want everybody to go ahead and unblock your videos and your cameras and come back into the circle, everybody. We're going to open it up for anybody that wants to share. And we're also going to do a quick, I'm going to do a quick plug for our, this coming Saturday, we have Lila June. We have Lila June. Okay, this is our Indigenous Ways virtual events. For more information, you can go to this. We have our Wisdom Circle on Wednesday nights, fully interpreted, ASL and closed caption. You can download the app or you can go to www.zoom.us and you can join the meetings. This Saturday, we've got Lila June, April 11th at 6 p.m. She's Navajo and she's an activist, she's a poet, she's a hip hopper, she's a lot of things, and she's going to talk about what's going on. She's one of our youth activists, and we're very honored to have her. Following that, Wednesday, we have Tosh from San Ildefonso Pueblo, who's going to grace us with her sacredness and her beautiful words, and she's going to be here for next Wednesday. And like I said, we have ASL interpreters and we have closed caption available. And we want to thank our sponsors. And we also want to let you know if you want to donate, you can do that, PayPal or Venmo, IndigenousWays. And so we can continue to keep these series going and pay our presenters and performers and interpreters and all of that, as we are a nonprofit. And we'd also like to let you know that there's electronic sites that you can go to. Take a look at all of the links down below, and there's many ways to connect on the electronic sites, and that's our logo up on the top left. And the next thing that I wanted to tell you all is that we're going to have a survey, demographics, where are you from? You can access all of that. We are all new to all of this. This is a brand new platform for us, and we want to thank our sponsors, First Peoples Fund, National Endowment for the Arts, Santa Fe Arts Commission, and another one I can't think of right now, for making all of this possible. And our whole goal, since we had our festivals canceled, is that we're grateful that we're able to do this, to connect with people and to be able to keep all the people booked that we had originally had them contracted in to come and perform on special days for events. All of that's canceled as we have to social distance, but we're able to connect in this way. And we also have Terry, T-E-R-I. She's on our board. She's also a teacher at the Indian School. You can see her in the chat box, and you can access information from her. She's on board right now. She's going to drop it in the box. She's going to drop it in the box. So just put in T-E-R-I. That's our beautiful. Hold on, Elena, take over.
Oh.
Take over.
Thanks everyone for tuning in, and really appreciate that you're here. What Tosh was talking about is there's going to be a lot of links and connections in the chat box. So if you want those links that you saw, they're there. You know, just before we close out, and if this is okay, James, we're going to get you to pray us out when we're finished, and close up our sacred circle. Just want to take the time to thank everyone for beaming in wherever you are, and all that you have been doing. One of the reasons in creating this virtual space that we have done, because we realize the most important thing is people and connection, and a lot of beautiful medicines that James has brought in this morning of the sacredness, or this evening, the sacredness, and as Tosh said, being very honored, not only that he was able to bless us all with this incredible wisdom that's been passed down to him through his people, but also that we were able to record this. So if you need to see again what he has spoken about, or you feel that you'd like to share his medicine with your friends in the next 24 hours, this recording will be on our website at YouTube, or if you have signed into our newsletter, you'll be able to see that there. Just finishing off, one of the things that, we're going to do a poll. Tosh mentioned about a poll, and that I'm just going to stick on the screen. And I'm just going to launch it now. If you're able to access this, I know a lot of people were talking who were on iPhones or phones and finding it really difficult. So next time you come in, or if you're in a Zoom meeting, all you need to do is swipe the screen to get you in. But there's a poll going on. If you can see, all you just need to do is just tap in wherever you're beaming from at this moment. And we've got, right at this moment, about 30% from Santa Fe. We're also aware in the small gadgets, it's very, very difficult to do that. But what this does is also help us for the funding to make this possible as well, and supporting all our artists and presenters that Tosh was talking about. So I'm just going to close this, and then, yep.
Okay. Hi, everybody. It's me. And I just want to do a shout out to, we have 2 Indigenous women of color who are deaf with PhDs, Dr. Carla Fernandez Garcia. We've got Dr. Melanie Cody on. We also have our ASL.
Who's the second one? Hold on.
First one is second one is Melanie Cody, MELANIE, Cody, CODY.
And the third?
Melanie Cody. And then there's Dr. Carla Garcia. We also have an ASL professor, Terry Vinson, on. She's also deaf. We have David Anderson, who's a teacher and a mentor for the deaf students at NMSD here with us tonight. We have several interpreters that are in support of the deaf and hard of hearing culture that are here tonight supporting this. We have a former theater interpreter from Canada on tonight, Judy. We love you. Thank you for joining in. And we have a lot of amazing, wonderful people here tonight, especially James Woodenlegs. We'd like to open up the floor for everybody that wants to put your chat box on, take your video camera off mute, take your voice off mute, and let's all come in together after James Woodenlegs does his prayer. Thank you. And then we can all visit, have a party tonight. Alcohol and drug free. That's my choice.
Background noise, so I'll just mute it. And then James, when you're ready. Thank you everyone for tuning in, and we'll look forward to seeing you either Saturday or Wednesday.
For all that look to you, we ask that you would give us good health. We know that we have wavered off the path. We know that we have fallen in times of confusion. We know that we've been taught in incorrect ways. But allow us to hear the wisdom of our elders. Allow us to join in with our elders and to receive their instruction and to return to your path. This virus has created a time of togetherness and a time of instruction for us. It's like the ribbon and the beating of the drum are drawing us in. It's like we're making fry bread together and speaking our heart truths that have been passed on for generations and generations. We don't own this earth. We're merely visitors here. Bless these people and allow us to bring others onto your path and onto the road of life. Here is my turtle. I have cedar inside of this turtle. And this is also a spiritual connection for me. You can see the turtle's front legs in the front, the back, and the tail. I've made so many artifacts like this one based on the wisdom of my elders. We must come together. We must teach one another. And I know that some people are resistant. We will meet them where they are. But thank you, Spirit, for watching over us. We know that you are trying to get our attention and remind us of what our duties are. Thank you again, Indigenous Ways. Thank you for this tribe. Again, be strong. Pass on this message and this wisdom to others. Ha-ho, ha-ho. Blessings and thank you, Great Spirit.
James, wooden legs,